It's a bit of an illusion that, if I do 18-hour days and don't sleep or eat or take care of myself, that I'm going to win. Seems to me to be an illusion. Like I talked about earlier, clinical Dharma was written initially for clinicians and for other healthcare people and just people who are in the helping professions. And then as I started to get my first readers, gave it to people to check it out and see if it was ready. They were like, this is for this is for anybody. And so when I think of it too, from the context of some of what we talked about today, of leaders and founders and teams and managers, right? I mean, the role of a leader is very much that of caregiver. It doesn't look like a therapist, or it doesn't. Sometimes it takes that flavor for a minute when it's necessary, but it's not like the same as healthcare. But it's still a caregiving relationship. I have to nurture my business. I need to nurture the people that work with me and for me. And so what gets lost in that is there's potential for being very outward focused, just like with a clinician who's just like, I must take care of you. I'm never thinking of me. Same with a leader. It's sort of like, maybe, yeah, it's my vision and the reason I'm orchestrating this orchestra the way I am is to meet those goals that I've laid out, that I've envisioned, but self-care is not in that equation necessarily. And especially if I'm doing the 12, 14, 16-hour days, especially if it's like I eat, sleep, and breathe that, well, you actually need food to eat, and you need sleep, and you need some form of balance. So in using sort of the same clinical Dharma formula, which is essentially, I didn't really invent it, it's the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path. So if someone looks at their self-care as a leader through that prism, and sort of looks at, with clinicians, I talk about how the craving and the clinging is for a certain result. Like, if you don't get better, I'm gonna fall apart. I'm a therapist, and if you don't feel better, I mean, this is the what I'm hoping doesn't happen anymore, is that you don't feel better, so I have failed, and now I hate myself, and I'm going to get myself a bunch of lashes with a wet noodle. And then with a leader, right? The business doesn't do well, or and what am I going to do? Am I going to beat myself up, or am I going to take care of myself so I can re-energize to be able to sort of be able to build a better business, or to work better with my team, or to make things happen. So it's a bit of an illusion that if I do 18-hour days and don't sleep or eat or take care of myself, that I'm going to win. Seems to me to be an illusion. So having the wisdom to know that that's not how we're built, setting the intention to take care of myself at the same time taking care of my work, and then being wise in my speech and harm less, not harmful, in my speech, in my actions, in my livelihood. And I've been meditating a long time, so what am I going to say? The last three factors are effort, mindfulness, and concentration, which essentially means meditate. Or find some other way to achieve sort of the non-judgmental present time awareness that comes with mindfulness meditation. Because then you can be in this sort of balanced state. And the side effects of this, according to Buddha and others, are that we will be filled with loving kindness, we'll be filled with compassion for ourselves and others, we'll be filled with appreciative joy, we'll have happiness for the happiness of others, and we'll have equanimity, balance, and ease in the face of awesomeness and complete suck. And So to me that sounds like a leader who's ready to lead, right? You know, like if I do all that self-care and I get those benefits, then I'm able to lead.